Welcome to Maturation 101 with Dr. Chris. I'm Dr. Chris Heidelberg, and we're here tonight talking about bedtime. Just before you go to bed is a good time to start reflecting on what it is you want to do, reflecting on your dreams and your goals. So we're going to do this one more time before you go to bed. Before you go to bed, what I want you to do every night is I want you to start seeing yourself where you're going to be, seeing yourself accomplishing your goals, seeing yourself being the person that you always wanted to be. And then write it down. Look at those goals, write it down. You should have already had them written down. But look at yourself, see yourself seeing the goals, see yourself becoming successful. You have to create a larger picture and then make it bigger and brighter. You've got to do that every night before you go to sleep, when the first thing you wake up, so that you create an internal vision board. That keeps you motivated so that you won't get caught up with the NFL type mentality that you're going to be surrounded by all the time. And then you say your prayer, and then you have that vision in there and pray for it. And just hang in there, folks. Life is hard, but it's even harder when you don't have a vision, you don't have a plan. Because when you don't have a vision or a plan, I assure you, someone else has a plan for you to help them get what they want out of you. And that's why I'm always telling you, look at your circle, look at your friends, and what are they doing? Because you have a goal. You're trying to work on your craft and do that. You don't have time to be hanging out right now, especially the younger you are. The younger you are and the older you are. You're beginning your career or the middle of your career or towards the end. You don't have time. Too much is happening. Too much is at stake. Your retirement's at stake at the end. And actually, you should be building it when you're younger. And you know what my $10,000 rule. If you ain't got $10,000 in your retirement account, by the time you're 30 years old, you got a problem. A big problem. And in fact, if you don't have $5,000, by the time you're 27, you got a problem. So you're either behind. If you're behind, your party money and all that stuff, that's gone. You got to save that money. And you might have to cut back on some of the clothes. Hey, Goodwill got some good vintage stuff. I've gotten some stuff from there and get sales. But the bottom line is, to be the man, you got to beat the man. To be the woman, you've got to beat that woman. That inner woman, that inner man, there's always that voice in there telling you, you might not be good enough. You might not be this. How do I know that? Because if you weren't engaging in self-sabotage and doing the things that are counteractive to your dreams and your vision for yourself, that's how you know that voice is there. Because it's getting you to do other stuff. Oh, I'm going to have fun. 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 At the expense of your present and your future? No, that's immaturity. Grow the heck up. People, life is too short for you to be thinking you can be a Toys R Us kid forever and ever and ever. Amen. You got to grow up. And I'm tired of hearing these people, people say, I'm only 25, I'm 26, 27. Look, you can drink at 21. A lot of people, traditional route, graduate from college at 22, 23 years old. You past 25, you got to grow the fuck up. And I love how these people who thinking their parents supposed to take care of the whole life. I was married to somebody like that. You don't want that. You don't want that, because that person will never grow up. They'll be spoiled and entitled, and they'll have a hard time later in life. And worse than that, you're going to have issues with your kid. I can tell you that firsthand. I've seen that firsthand, where the kid grows up and the kid is more the adult than the parent, because the parent's a spoiled little brat. That's just how it is. And ladies, you gotta get used to that. There's a lot of ladies who have this thing where they're with these people who tend to be abusive, tend to be that, and they end up with that because why? Because when they had the good guy, that's not what they wanted. So they got the other guy. The thing they were so worried, you're a control freak. And then they get with a real control freak. They get with a real Ike, and they scared of him. Ooh, I can tell you some of those firsthand. And I've seen it in real life. So, and the guys, don't be that dude. All I'm saying is, folks, have a larger vision for yourself. See yourself. Brothers, you got to get past that. Let's be honest. They said the media be putting a slant on it. No, we be putting a slant on it. Putting your hands on women, ain't acting right, don't want to pay child support, don't want to do stuff. Look, if she was, and this is a hard thing, even for me to accept, but, because we've all had those close calls where we didn't know. But there's an old song called Play It At Your Own Risk. It's old school discos. I play it at your own risk. Dinner. Well, if you go in the cave alone, it's a huge risk. And if she good enough to go raw dog in, then we might have a problem, Houston, later on. I mean, that's all of us. I mean, present company included. You taking a big risk. So if you're going to do it, just don't do it. And ladies, here's another thing. I always tell ladies about billing people. You know, taking the money, and you know when you playing that game, ladies, you know the game I'm talking about. When you're playing Cooch for dollars, because you know that you have no intention of being with this man, and you're just trying to get some loot out of him. And whether you go through it or not go through it, well, you're intellectually totally dishonest if you don't, because you know the game that you're playing. That's why some of these dudes do some of that stuff, because there's an understanding of what's going on. It ain't right. You know, with the Me Too movement, it ain't right, but you kind of cut a deal, and then you're going to yell, oh, he hit me and do this. And you knew what you were doing when you cut that deal. I've had to deal with that problem before. And then I said, well, what did you do? Well, I told him we would hook up and this, that, and the other, and then he got me. Why? Well, then the story changes. Well, this, that, and the other. Well, because you promised him one thing, he delivered, and then you didn't want to go through with it. How about don't make a deal with the devil? How about that? How about that? If you're going to trade. I'm not endorsing it, but you know when you get in the trading game what the deal is. And then you wouldn't have to worry about all that. And man, look, you know how there's a double standard, how men have a double standard, but there's a double standard with women too, where where they get to be right and you don't. So you got to go with it, dude. That's how it is. I mean, so, you can't complain about them having, about, oh, they never wrong, this, and other. Well, I guess you better document better, because that's the only way you're going to win that, because you ain't going to win that argument. I'm sorry. You'll be like people trying to invade Russia. It never happens because the winter comes. And all I'm saying is both sides. Look, women, men, we're playing a lot of games here. Women, don't play that game. If you're really not feeling a brother, don't break his heart. But if you're taking this stuff and you're going to guess, you probably really like the guy, but you playing this game where I can do better. And we gotta stop playing that the BBD, bigger, better deal, because what ends up happening is you end up with no deal. A lot of people need to look at the story of who's the Greek? Was it Adonis? Where, actually, I got a better story. The dog and the bone. But the dog sees the reflection of another dog, and the bone looks bigger, so he drops that bone and tries to get another one. And what happens is he ends up with nothing. And yeah, you might end up with somebody, but you end up with nothing compared to what you have. So think about this, folks. Think about that. That's a unisex thing. Think about it. Stop looking for the bigger, better deal when somebody's already treating you well. And here's the thing: if a whole bunch of people would take your place, that means you got a good deal, ladies. And you need to honor that deal and stop trying to think, oh, I could do better. I'm this. No, but you got a good deal, and you might not do better. And the thing about it is, you're looking at a potential. Potential means you ain't done it yet. You ain't got it yet. When you got a guaranteed salary, like Major League Baseball, the NBA, but what you're looking for is something that may or may not exist, but because of how you went about to do that, you're going to end up like that dog with the bone. You're going to drop that bone in the water, and you're going to end up with nothing. Nothing in the real sense, because that karma and consequence, the karma will come back as a consequence of what you did. All I'm saying, ladies, think about it. Men, you already know. Stop shacking the fool. If that's your woman, act like it. If that's your baby mama, work with her. We have to nurture our kids. This is getting too late in the game, and we're going to be behind. We're going to be the last minority group. We're talking about African Americans right now, if we don't do anything. And Latinos, they got another problem, because a lot of people, most Latinos are American citizens, but they're being treated like criminals. So they're the new black folk. So everybody's getting a turn in the barrel right now. So we got to get our finances and our interpersonal relationships straight, because now is not the time to be fooling around. We got some serious things happening in Washington and other places that aren't necessarily good for people who are not of means. And if you're a person of color, well, you can see the news and what's happening. So let's get it together, folks. Remember, it's not your environment, but it's you. The quality of your mind, the integrity of your soul, and the determination of your will. That is what you are and who you are. Because you are what you aspire to be, and not what you now are, and not the company you keep. So think about the folk that's around you, because most of them ain't really on your team, because they're not providing you the time, energy, and resources to do what you need to do. And that's it, folks. Hang in there. And remember, sweet dreams tonight, the homework. Write down those goals again, and then visualize them every night before you go to bed. Then pray on them. Then get up in the morning, visualize them again, pray on them again. And that's it, folks.